The NFL just suspended Calvin Ridley, and the reason why is wild. The Atlanta Falcons have suspended Calvin Ridley for at least the 2022 season for betting on NFL games during the 2021 season. According to the league's investigation, Ridley's betting took place during a 5-day period in 2021 when he was not with the team while on the non-football illness list dealing with mental health concerns. Ridley deadass left the Falcons, who were a literal shit show in 2021, just to chill at home and gamble, which is honestly pretty funny if you think about it. While Ridley did bet on games, the investigation found no evidence that he used inside information for his own personal gain, and no evidence that any Falcons coaching staff or players were aware of his betting activity. In October of 2021, Calvin Ridley announced on Twitter that he would be stepping away from football to focus on his mental well-being. It came as a shock to fans, but some people were skeptical about his decision to do so. Ridley had most definitely taken a step back from the previous season without the assistance of Julio Jones on the team, and many speculated that he may have stepped away out of anger over that fact. Now, nobody can say whether or not Ridley was actually dealing with mental illness problems, but this news sure as hell doesn't help his case. Ridley now becomes one of the few NFL players who have been suspended for gambling. He actually just tweeted, "I bet $1,500 I don't have a gambling problem," which is a pretty interesting response by someone that just got suspended for a year. Long story short, this doesn't look good for Ridley. He's going to be suspended for a year at minimum, and who knows what can happen after that. It was a stupid decision, and I'm sure he's aware of that, but it just sounds like he doesn't give a fuck based off of that tweet he just sent out. It really does make me question if he pulled out of the NFL season actually because of mental illness problems, or just because the Falcons were so trash and he didn't want to be affiliated with that team. If that is the case, that is completely hilarious. I'm sorry, Falcons fans, I think that's funny as hell. Now, we all know that Calvin Ridley is going to find his way back into the NFL, but who knows when that's going to happen and what's going to happen after this, especially if something comes out down the road that this wasn't a mental health illness thing and he really did just use that just to get out of the NFL season. Like I said, nobody knows whether it was real or if it was fabricated just so he could go fuck around and gamble at home. But in a way, it's actually pretty disappointing. He was a good wide receiver, and even though he didn't play that well without Julio Jones, I still think that he was a valid wide receiver who was going to get some looks this offseason. Hell, he was one of the wide receivers that I wanted the Patriots to go after in the offseason because they're looking for a #1 right now. But now I guess he's off the market. I'm interested to see how the rest of this situation is going to play out and what other information is going to come out over these next couple days. But regardless, Calvin Ridley is done for the 2022 season, and it's really all his fault.